Icon 757 Shakedown Marathon on today. We are so excited that everyone, that you all are here, and just know that, you know, we've invited everyone here just to share some information with you, to share this awesome blessing with you. So, my name is Donte Anderson. I am a National Director in 5 Links, and I come to you by way of Suffolk, Virginia. Again, excited that everyone is here. If you, my people on the webinar, if you have any questions, you know, please take notes. And at the end, we're going to open up the session to ask any questions. And for my people physically attending, if you have any questions, again, please take notes, and we'll be more than happy to share with you any answers that aren't answered during the presentation. Okay. So again, my name is Donte Anderson. My husband and I, again, are national directors. We have been in this company since August. We are having a very vast amount of fun. I'm going to use big words. And we've met a whole lot of people since starting our business. We joined 5 Links because we knew that there had to be a better way to do, to make a living and to get the things that we wanted and that we needed. We also have 4 children, 2 of which are grown, 2 of which are on their way, and we want to be sure that we are setting a very good foundation for them to follow. So we're excited again about having started our business. We are learning from a great deal of people, including our oldest son, who brought us into this company. So, you know, again, we're excited. We're glad that you're here. And what I'd like to do at this time is present someone that, again, like I mentioned before, he brought us in, our oldest son. We are so humbled to be learning from him. He's 21 years old. He has had a great amount of success in this opportunity, and you know, he's helping a lot of people. He's making a lot of money. He's having a lot of fun, and you know, he's just a young man that truly got his head on his shoulders right and is seeing this and taking this by storm. So without further ado, I'd like to present to some and introduce to others my son, National Director, Donte Anderson.
All right.
Thank you. I'm getting into the webinar right now. Can you hear me?
You're on. Not yet.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so first of all, let's give it back. Oh, this side. All right. First of all, let's give it back to my mom, Jill, for doing an amazing job on the introduction.
Right.
So before I get started, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. My wonderful parents, this is their wonderful house, right? So a little bit about myself. I'm born and raised in Hampton, Virginia. Went to high school there. Did really well in high school, graduated with highest honors. I was excited, ready to go to college, but at the same time, I had that bittersweet feeling because I knew college had a big price tag, right? Does anybody know that college is expensive these days?
Oh, yes.
Right? So for me, it was one thing to be accepted into multiple different colleges, one of them being Old Dominion University, one of them being North Carolina A&T, but on the other side of them, realizing that there was a price tag that was associated with that I didn't want my parents to have to pay for. So I took the alternative route. I ended up going to a trade school, the apprentice school in Newport News through the shipyard, like the largest employer in Virginia, Hampton Roads. So through my experiences with that company, I realized what I was in store for. The fact that I was going to have to stay at a position for years and years before I got a promotion. You know, personally for me, it would take me 5 years at one position in order to get promoted to the next, and then another 5 years to get to the middle management position. So for me, being young and realizing that I didn't have all the work experience, I didn't have a college degree, I didn't have all the things that I needed to get to upper management director positions, but that's always what I wanted. You know, I wanted to be able to have a lifestyle where I didn't have to work my 8 and get paid for 8. You know, I wanted to work 6 and get paid for all day. You know?
Yeah.
So for me, it was it was big to me to find an opportunity where I could put enough time in to make an income that would sustain myself and help my parents out, help my grandparents out as they get into older ages, right? So I want to start off the presentation by talking a little bit about the company, where it's come from, and where it's going towards. First of all, the company was founded in 2001. Big deal for me. Big deal. Because when you see a lot of network marketing opportunities, when you see a lot of these businesses, you see companies that started in the 50s and the 60s and been around forever that everybody already knows about. You know, so for me, it was huge that the company is only 14 years old. One being that it's been tried and tested, but also the whole community wasn't completely diluted with a ton of reps and everybody already knows about it. There's still a lot of room for growth. Another thing that was big to me was the fact that the company is so well documented and the founders have so much experience at 60 plus years combined. Alright, so that's all in network marketing and telecom. All these different industries, they came together, combined their talents, and created an opportunity where we can get paid off of everybody paying their bills and services that we're already using. Alright, so pretty much what this company does is they take advantage of wealth trends that are going on, one being energy, one being health and wellness, text marketing, all these other huge industries that most people only have the opportunity to get into one of them. We have an opportunity to market those products to each and every person that we know, whether it be our friends, our family members, anybody in our network. Alright, so another thing about this company that really drew me towards it was the fact that representatives come first. And who knows that if your company or the people you work for puts out more bonuses, you're going to work a little bit harder. Right? Because we want the bonuses, we want the extra money. Right? But as you help that company out and do more for that company, it also helps the company. It helps the company grow, it helps them be more profitable. So that's what Hi5 wants to understand. So from the last numbers I heard, out of every dollar that the company makes, 60 cents goes back to the representatives. Alright? So that's a huge number when you talk about overhead for a company and what they're doing. Alright? So a lot of people, when they see an opportunity and when they see something that's a little bit different, for a lot of people, they don't understand why we may do it. Alright? So this slide pretty much outlines different things and shows different reasons that people get started. One being financial freedom, right? And that has a different meaning for everybody. Be your own boss. Like I said, unless you're your own boss, unless you have a title at your job, you're going to work your 8, and that 8 is going to be supervised. You're always going to have somebody breathing down your neck, and I know a lot of people don't like that feeling. So being your own boss is big for a lot of people, and on top of that, debt-free. All right, we were just talking over there about how 97% of people in the United States don't have $2,000 in their bank account at any given time as an emergency fund. If anything happens, a lot of people don't have that. All right, so it's important to make sure our financial situation is a little bit more structured, a little bit more taken care of than that. To give more to charity, for children's college funds, I know a lot of us are already in deferment. We got our own college funds to take care of, right? So those are some of the reasons that people get started in network marketing, something where you could do it part-time and add that onto your full-time income. All right. So one of the things, once I saw this opportunity, the only question I had once the presentation was over was, can I do it? Right. All right. And the reason that is because it's been researched. Alright? I know it's above board because we have all these publications saying great things about us. One being direct sales news, direct selling news. So that's one of the companies that exclusively talks about network marketing. Alright? So on the other side of the spectrum, we have Rochester's Top 100. Last year in 2013, we were the #1 company in Rochester, New York. Alright, so this has nothing to do with network marketing, has nothing to do with the industry, but they're also saying great things about how our business is growing and how they're progressing. Another huge one, Inc. 500. Alright, that's one of my favorite magazines. You know, I picked up this month's edition because they have Mark Cuban on it. I'm a huge fan of Mark Cuban, and not because he's the owner of the Mavs, but he's an esteemed businessman. But we've also been in that magazine, the Inc. 500, the yearly publication where they show all the top privately held companies in North America. We've been in that since 2006, and then we have other publications that were featured in front to back. So I realized that a lot of people have done research not only on our industry and network marketing, but also in our individual business. So I realized that it's above board. The only question I had was, can I do it? All right? So I asked myself, can I do it? Once I saw this slide, I said, absolutely, right? Because the things that we see on the right side with the movie industry and sports, not only the NFL, but all sports, and then the music industry and the movie industry, we realized that we have to have certain talents to do those things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know about anybody else in the room. I know my mom can sing, but as far as me, I don't really want to try. I'm not going to put myself out there and embarrass myself, right? So there's certain talents that you have to be in each one of those industries. And even people with those talents aren't guaranteed a spot, right? So when we move over to the left and we see that network marketing and direct sales is a $167 billion industry, means that a lot of people are making a lot of money in this industry. All right? What we have to realize is in the past 100 years, network marketing has made more millionaires than any other industry. So what we have to realize is that, of course, on the right side, we see all the things that we're used to, all the things that we see on TV with, you know, LeBron James and with Beyonce and Jay-Z and all these moguls in those industries. But on the left side, we see something that's a little bit more, a little bit easier for the average person to get involved with and to make a good living off of. All right? So that's a little bit about the entire network marketing opportunity in the entire industry. But now we're going to talk about what makes 5 Links unique in the way they handle their business. And like I said earlier, the thing about 5 Links is that they're going to put you in position to make money off of huge, huge wealth trends. So that's what this slide is pretty much showing, the fact that we came from a PC industry where Bill Gates had this vision that these machines that were thousands of dollars and that took up entire living rooms were going to be in everybody's living room. Everybody was going to have one in their household, and each and every one of them needed a software. So what did he do? He followed his dreams. He left Harvard, and in his junior year, he left Harvard. All right, and grew Microsoft to the largest, one of the largest software companies in the world. And now he stands as the richest man in the world. All right, just off of having vision and being tenacious, really. All right, so that's a little bit about the PC industry. Then we had the long distance industry, where if anybody remembers about Ma Bell and Ma South, I know in the United States that was huge for us. Getting away from that and having other companies fight for the rights to gain customers in long distance and telephone. All right, so once that happened, we broke up the monopolies. We had more choices, so the consumer got a cheaper rate on their house phones and their cell phones now, right? And that's what we call a deregulation. My bad, Janice. Got it. That's what we call deregulation. All right, so that's huge in the opportunity, and we see a couple more that we didn't get to take a part in, but now we're in the position to take advantage of it. Things like energy, text marketing, mobile marketing, healthcare and wellness. Some of the biggest wealth trends that we have left, and we're going to talk about those in a second, and we're going to start off with energy. All right? These slides are broken down into services that each and every one of us have in our home. All right? So first of all, energy. Does anybody know of anybody who doesn't have lights in their home? Does anybody know anybody that's going to defer on making a light payment or a gas payment, especially in the wintertime, right, when you got to heat your house, right? So the customers that we're obtaining are customers for essential services, and we're not going to lose customers, all right? So for me, that was important because I didn't want to sell anybody anything, right? I'm not going around with a clipboard asking people for services. No. That's just not who I am. I'm not going to sell anything to anybody, but I can call a few of my friends. I can call my family and say, hey, what if I can save you money on your light bill? Will you be interested? All right? And 9 out of 10 people will say absolutely, right? Because they feel like Dominion Power is getting them already. All right? And then we have the other services that we like to highlight, the security systems. We partner with the largest wireless security system in the United States, which is Protect America, and they use GE hardware. All right? Then we have, Global Link's home phones. We have our own prepaid mobile services that are powered off of the 4 major towers in the United States. So we partner with a lot of big name companies. All right. Then we have a couple other services for personal use, such as ID guard. It's important to protect your identity.
Yeah.
Really, really important. The #1 white-collar crime in North America. All right, so make sure your identity is protected. We have so many different services now, opposed to when we got started years ago. We have so many more services. So we're going to move on and talk about the services that we have for our business. All right. One of the big ones that I love highlighting is this text marketing, because we know we're all in a new age, right?
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of people, there's still people around that don't check their email. Right? In the past 20 years, we've gone from people who don't check their email because they don't know how to use a phone, their internet, but now we're in a place where there's people that don't check their email because they're only checking their text messages.
Right.
That's how quickly technology is advancing. All right? So what companies realize is that people aren't checking their emails anymore. Does anybody in here have an email account? Just one email account with like tens of thousands of unread emails. Yeah, it's not really comfortable to talk about, but I know we all have them. So companies realize that also. So what they're doing now is they're sending you direct text messages to your cell phone, because there was a study out there that says that 99% of people check their cell phones, their text messages, every 5 minutes. And they open their text messages because they don't want that unread little notification on the top of their iPhone, right? I'm one of those people. So that's huge for a business to be able to push their products and to do promotions for their products. And we can offer small businesses as well as large businesses that exact same service. All right. Then we have some other services on the side. One of them that I want to highlight is the what is it called? Payment solutions options, where every time somebody, if you offer that service to, let's say, a gas station, every time somebody swipes their card at that gas station, you're going to get a percentage of each and every one of those transactions. All right. So that's what the opportunity is allowing us to do, make money off of people who have businesses and need those products. All right. Another one of the products, well, the last really category that we have as far as products is this wellness, health and wellness. All right. So as you can see, this Enhanced Care MD product is not fully a medical insurance yet.
Right.
It is coming, but it is a supplement for people who are overinsured or underinsured. Their rate's just not where they want it to be, where you can call into a local, when you can call this number and they're going to let you speak with a registered nurse or a doctor. They're going to triage you over the phone. They're going to send your prescription that you need to Walmart or Sam's Club, the biggest pharmacy in North America, and they're going to give you that prescription for up to 80% off. All right, so it's going to save you time and money saved from the ER, right? So that's one of our largest wellness healthcare products, but we also have a couple wellness products that we're going to talk about on the next slide, starting with this coffee. All right, we like to call it Montevita. All right, so the thing about coffee is, for me, when I saw it for the first time, I was a little hesitant. I was a little bit like, I don't know about this, because like I said earlier in the presentation, I'm not one to sell anything. Alright, so when I saw this presentation, when I saw that we were coming with coffee, I was a little bit hesitant, But when I did a little bit of research and I saw some of the leaders in network marketing as a whole, I realized why we got into coffee. Number one, because it's the largest traded commodity only next to oil. So that tells you how many people are drinking coffee. And I know I'm personally not a coffee drinker, but I know hundreds of people that do. Alright, so another thing that's really unique about this coffee is the fact that it has these services, these products in them with MCT oil and Ramon seeds. We actually partnered with a company called Chromadex. It's really getting to be a large company. Alright, so what they pretty much do is they do the research on the products, and we have exclusive rights to each and every product that they come out with for the next 4 years. So anybody who wants this coffee with the MCT oil and the Raymond seeds in it, they have to come with us. They have to come to us to get it. All right. So that's a little bit about the coffee. And then, as you saw 2 slides back, we also have this Hi5 challenge. All right. So with this, I'm not a scientist. Alright, so I'm not going to get into all the details about what this is. I'll tell you guys a little bit about each product. First of all, the Lean is a protein shake pretty much for meal replacement, or if you want to add some weight, like we all know I need to do. Right? It's something that can boost your protein intake and your calories for the day. All right. The Edge product is some special scientific way to make your body grow and regenerate cells faster and healthier. All right. And then the Boost is a huge caffeine boost. So a little bit about that's a little bit about the products. I don't really want to get too far into it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to show you guys some of the results that the corporate staff has had, because this just came out a little bit earlier this month, about 2 weeks ago. So let's see a little bit of the results. All right. So first of all, we have Denise. So what the company did is they let, the people in corporate and the leaders in the company test the product, and they got on the challenge a little bit early. So these are some of the results. You see, this young lady lost 16 inches, 6 off the waist. Just off of, does it say how long? If it doesn't say how long she was on it, it probably means she was on it for the whole 55 days. But does she not look great?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, another story. We have our double platinum senior vice president, Donte Anderson. All right? You'll figure out what the double platinum means later on in the presentation. But just in 40 days, so not even the whole 55-day challenge, lost 15 pounds. All right? Then we have her husband, Kurt Anderson. I don't know if he's ever looked like that before. Right? He always talks about, back in the day, I used to be this guy, I used to be that guy. Well, that's one of the things that he told us from the stage, that he was always talking about. He was always telling his wife, Tashina, who he used to be. Right? And if you're getting caught up in that same thing, well, baby, I used to be like this when I was in shape, but now, I'm just kind of chilling. He started to get upset with himself about that, so he decided to make a change. He was in the gym 2 times a day for 55 days. Lost 50 pounds. All right. So, of course, with any dietary plan, you have to take advantage of the gym. This is not something where you can just sit on the couch, keep watching TV, and expect to lose all the pounds. All right. So, those are some of the people. Then we have, I went backwards. All right. Then we have one of the co-founders of the company. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, I watched a lot of wrestling, and he looks just like Batista. Does anybody else know who Batista is?
Yeah,
right?
he does.
So right when I saw this on the stage, I was like, what? Batista. All right, but of course you can see his huge results, not only in just losing weight, but just toning up what he already had. So that pretty much shows the way that the product works as far as the different uses that people wanted. Of course, the first young lady, she wanted to lose some weight. And then Kurt, he just wanted to do more. He wanted to be more fit. He wanted to make sure he had the energy to continue to run his business throughout the day. And then, of course, the co-founder, he just wanted to tighten up. Jason Duck. He just wanted to tighten up and get fit with what he had. All right. So what we just went over was a lot of the products and services that we offer as a company, all of the things that we're taking part in as far as jumping into the wellness. All right. As far as jumping into the wellness. So what I want to do now is talk about the question I had, how we get compensated, why would I do it? All right, so what I want to do now is bring up somebody who I have a ton of respect for, because she's taught me everything I know about the business. All right, she's helping a ton of people everywhere. So without further ado, let me introduce my Senior Vice President, Miss Janice Parker.
All right.
All right, stand by. Let me get equipped and hooked up here. All right, so let's give it back to none other than our 21-year-old MLM guru, none other than Mr. National Director, soon to be Senior Vice President, Donte Anderson.
All right, Donte.
Donte's got that suave, smooth kind of way of helping you understand things, yes or yes?
Yes.
And I'm really proud of him because he only started his business like last July, and there are well over 200 people on his team. But the beautiful thing about that is Donte's only personally registered 7 of those. Is that all right?
All right.
Because what we're talking about is multi-level what? Marketing, which means we market on multiple what? Levels, but we also get paid on multiple what?
Levels.
You know, he talks about working at 6 hours and getting paid for 24. Is that happening for Donte now? Yes or yes?
Yes.
So let's give it back to him. He's creating a dynasty. So we see these results, yes or yes?
Yes.
Batista, I don't know who he is. Is that his name?
Batista.
That's him, right? But I'm going to tell you what, they've done great things. So what Donte just covered with you what the 3 divisions of filings. We've got a home division, we've got a business division, and then we have a what? Wellness division. And guys, if we don't, we know folks, like you said, with lights in their homes, with gas, who use internet, satellite TV, who drink coffee, who are on some type of health and wellness regimen. All we're saying is this: let's create a system. Say system.
System.
We're going to teach you to run a system, and that's going to teach you how to multiply your income. Now, we understand that the companies around the globe, Victor, that have a system make the most money. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Can I give you an example?
Yes.
2 all-beef patties.
Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, triple onions.
On a sesame what?
Bun.
How long has McDonald's had that one system?
Ever.
Wow, boom.
Does it work? Yes or yes?
Yes.
No matter the fact that the bun and the bread are no longer the same size except on commercials, it is still a system. Yes or yes?
Yes.
So what we're saying is this: all we're going to do is teach you a what?
System.
We're going to teach you to get points. But what happens, Sonali, is every single service we have, the value of the points is between 1 and 10. Between 1 and what?
10.
So you could buy one health and wellness product and be at how many points, Jules? That makes her very happy. Yes, Jules?
Yes.
Yes, right? So I can get my first 10 customer points probably to who?
Self.
Myself. Is that all right?
Yes.
And then when I started to add things like my gas bill, my satellite TV bill, my coffee, my energy, my identity theft protection, I literally can get to 20 points talking to myself, right? And we're going to show you guys how to do that. Then you're going to find 2 people in your first 30 days. It doesn't matter who they are. They could be 2 people who are sick and tired of being what?
Sick and tired.
We were at Walmart the other day, and a young lady that I work with at the shipyard, she did 32 years there. They have passed her out because of carpal tunnel in her wrist, right? So she's like, okay, I'm here as a Walmart greeter. They got me standing on these pads. The shoes are not working. Now I'm starting to experience what we call what? No back pain. It could be somebody who's already retired who just wants a little bit of extra, yes?
Yes.
It could be 2 people sick and tired of being
Sick and tired.
working paycheck to what?
Tuesday. No, that's right. I know that's
At
right.
the end of the day, it doesn't matter who they are. Most of the people we hear talk about needing extra money have our last name, yes or yes?
Yes.
We get those 10 points in 2 people in 30 days. 5 gives us what? We get on up to 20 points, which we can still get talking to ourselves. Now that made Donte very happy because Donte wasn't that person to go talking to people. Is that all right? But he could get these points in his house. You make a total of how much, family?
$1,000.
Now, Deja, this one young lady about your age said, listen, I can go get a part-time job for that. And I said, baby, yes, you can. But how many hours at $10 an hour, Deja, does she need to work to earn $1,000? Isn't that like 100? Or, plus, right? Or you can sit down with Jewel Anderson, and within 3 to 4 hours, she will have talked to 2 people for you and got you 20 points. And you just made how much?
1,000.
So which is smarter, 4 hours or 100? 4, right? So now, what are you going to do? Mister, all we want you to do is teach the exact same system. Can you teach somebody to talk to themselves and their mama?
Yes.
Can you teach them to find 2 people sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
Right? Now, you teach that system, and we're going to start to build you a dynasty. So now, sometimes, when I'm sharing this information, some people say, well, you know what, is that a pyramid? And I so happily say, yes, it is, and it works so good. It pays so what? Well. Is that all right? Because here's the thing, I've been in a pyramid before, right? I worked at Newport News Shipbuilding in the bottom of their pyramid. I worked at New York Life Insurance in the bottom of theirs. I even worked at Farm Fresh when I was a teenager in the bottom of their what? And my goal, quite like most people, we get our degree and we run in and we start this position called entry what? And our goal is just to climb the corporate, right? Do all the right things, come in early, stay late, and we're supposed to move up, yes?
Yes.
But what happens if we run into something like favoritism, sexism, nepotism, racism, or with my business that fails called recessionism? What happens if we go back to the what? Bottom. And we have to start over again. Now, we're not saying that this is a bad place to be. I just advocate that if we're willing to work 30, 40, 50, 60 years, for 30, 40, 50 hours a week for somebody else to make sure they're successful, why not? Because we love ourselves some, why not do something to start at the top of our own? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you got to work in a pyramid anyway, you might as well start at the top. See, here's the thing. When I looked at this at first, I'm thinking that's a lot of work to do to get to the top. No, you already started the top. But then when I bring on Victor, where does Victor start at? The top. Where did Jules start at? The top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We all get to start at the top of our own pyramid. So what are we going to do? We're here now. Victor, all we're going to do is teach you to find 3 people. Actually, we ain't going to teach you to find them. We just want you to make a what? List of 100, 200 people that you know, cousins, nieces, uncles, best friends. Get your grade book, your grade school yearbook, everybody that you know, put them on a list. We're going to get them in front of the information. We're going to do the talking. Matter of fact, your first 30 to 60 days, we don't even want you to do that much what? Talking. We're going to do it for you. We're going to share with people and bring on your first 3. All Victor's going to teach them is to get how many points, family? 20, and then get themselves what? 3. Well, if Mike brings in 3, Bob brings in 3, and Sue brings in 3, Victor just added 9 people to his what? Team. So now Victor's getting paid on how many levels, family? 3. We duplicate again, he's getting paid on how many levels? 4. We duplicate again, he's getting paid on how many levels? 5. But now let's talk about leveraging. Because what I was taught was go to school, get a good education, and get my good job. And if I put in 8 hours, I get paid for what Donte said, which was what? 8 hours. 8. Watch this. When Victor's here, he has 121 people on his team. Let's assume everybody did 10 hours per week in their business. How many hours went into Victor's company, including his 10? 1,200 and what? 10. And he only put in 10. So if you leverage your time, Jewel, you automatically maximize your income. Because on this system, I can only exchange 8 for 8. It's a linear platform. On this side, I can exchange 8 for what would have been, here 40, what would have been here 270, what would be. Do you see the difference in that? See the power of that? So if I were born a Hilton, would I understand that? Yeah. If Sonali were born Sonali Hilton, every time I check in, would she understand this system? No. But she wouldn't understand this one, except from her employee standpoint. Does that make sense, guys? So all we're showing you is a different way to do what? Skin a cat, right? That's all it is a different way to earn income. Well, if you multiply it, let's give you an example. So now, Sean, let's just say you've got 20 people on your team in the first 30 to 60 days, right? Yes. Now, what did you teach them? Was it how many points? 20. Because they make how much money? 1,000. So if you got 20 people who create 20 bills in their business each, you got 400 points worth of what? Being paid every single what? By your customers, whether they like it or not. From now on. And if anybody's going to get paid, when Sonali pays her light bill, trust and believe it's going to be who? Does that make sense? Yeah. Especially since I have to pay the bill anyway. There's one thing if I can't get something back from it. There's another thing if I what? Can. Right? So now, if Skylink only gave you 50 cents per point, Sean, how much are you bringing in every single month? $200. $200. Why are you bringing in $200?
Because they're paying their bills.
Because they're paying their
bills.
Is that all right?
All right.
Are people paying bills that you don't know?
Yes.
Because if you sign up to Nolly, who signed up Tyrone, who signed up Victor, do you know Victor's great auntie? No. But she pays her cell phone bill every single what? Month. Which means Victor gets paid, Tyrone gets paid, Sonali gets paid, and who? You get paid. That's right. Because you're getting paid on multiple what? Levels. Is that all right? Yes. Right? So now, what happens though, Sean, as your team continues to grow and you go to 200 business partners on your team? Now, let's go back. How many people has Donte put on his team? 7. How many people are on his team? Well over 200. How many did Donte put on his team? 7. How many people are on his team? Well over 200. Did he do all the work? No. Is he cashing the check? Yes. About that loan, we'll talk about that in a minute. But what I'm saying is this, right? It's called smart money. Somebody used to say there are 2 ways that you can work. One was with your brain, and one was with your brawn. In other words, with your mind or your muscle. Which one is going to pay you the most?
Your brain.
Your mind. This is called intellectual distribution. Now, so now it gets bigger. Look at your neighbor and say it gets gooder.
It gets gooder.
What happens when your team matriculates to 2,000 people?
Good Lord.
You know what's crazy? Is if Donte never put in another soul, his team is still going to hit 2,000 people. Why? Because he's got a team that have teams that have what? Teams that have what? Teams that are still putting in partners. Now, every single month, he's depositing how much, Tyrone?
That's 20,000 right there.
Every single month.
Every month.
Because his customers are paying those what?
Bills.
You save them money on the bill because when they go through your company, they save money, which is a great big coupon. But every time they pay their bill, they're happier, and you're even happy.
Put a couple more R's behind that.
Because it's something people were going to do already anyway. Is that all right?
Yes.
It's residual. So now we may not be able to sing, Donte, except to ourselves. But we can show a presentation, yes or yes.
Yeah.
Now, residual income, guys, this doesn't happen overnight. I mean, my mentor has over 10,000 people on his team in 6 years. But we know it's coming, yes or yes?
Yes.
That's what we call slow money that's kind of running in the background. Is that all right?
Yes.
Right? But here's what happens. Fathering even pays you every time you bring a partner on your team. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, because I come from a space where when I got started, I was unemployed. It was only when I saw this slide that I realized I could build fathers. Why? Because I get paid every single what? Week. And now what's so great? We used to have to wait 15 to 20 to 30 days. Now, guys, as soon as you get in the business, they send you your Citibank prepaid fathering Visa card. With what bank?
Citibank.
Is that all right?
Oh, yeah.
It's Citibank Worldwide, yes or yes?
Yeah.
Yes, right? So now they send you your card. As soon as you finish with Jewel and Lee, and they've got you your 20 points and your 2 people, they drop the 500 into your account, yes?
Yeah.
And then they drop the second what? 500, right? So as an ET, now what happens is you get to participate in what we call a customer acquisition bonus every single week. Is that all right? So what happens here is, Deja, you and your team put in 10 business partners, whether you did it or they did it, you just earn $25 times what? Next what? Friday. Is that all right?
Oh, yes.
It is the most beautiful email you'll ever get. It says that your prepaid Five-Link Citibank card has been loaded. Doesn't that sound good? It makes it hard to go back after lunch, ain't it? And you get that email right around 11 o'clock in the morning. But here's the beautiful thing. You can give your own self a what? Raise. So what I love about this is I don't have to wait for somebody to say I did good work. I just have to go do what? Good work. And I move myself up to executive director. So when you get to this position here, now you've given yourself a $60 per person what? Raise. The same work you did here, you now get paid $85 per person for. Is that all right?
Yes.
Now, if your team goes to work, you earn $60. So, Sean, you may be with your mother at the ministry conference, but not only put 5 people on the team, you just earn 5 times what? 60. Are you good with that?
Yes.
Right? Is that all right?
Yes.
Now, here's the other thing that happens at executive director. You trigger something we call an open line bonus. And I'm just going to give you a couple of examples. You put in 10 partners, Jewel Anderson, and you already know she doesn't know about hard backwards and what? Forwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you put in 10 partners at this position. If you put in 2 and your team put in 8, you earn $650. But Five-Links gives you an open line thank you bonus. What kind of bonus?
Open line.
Thank you. Of $1,000 just for doing that. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah.
If you put in 20, you're going to make a thank you bonus of $2,500 plus the $1,250. Is that all right? If you put in 30, you're going to get a thank you bonus of $4,000 plus the $1,800 in customer acquisition bonus. Do you see that?
Yes.
Is that powerful, yes or yes?
Yes.
And you're just at position number what?
2.
So look at your neighbor and say, it gets good to work.
It gets good to work.
Right? Because as you go to the right, you're at Donte's position, you earn $140 per person that joins your organization, or $55 if you didn't do the work. Is that all right?
Yes.
That's good money, ain't it, Lee?
Yes, it is.
Right? So now when you get to senior vice president, which these guys are both pushing for, guys, do you know that the young man that you just looked at is about to hit senior vice president? Right? Do you know that his parents are about to hit what, y'all?
Senior Vice President.
Okay, then finally says thank you again. Not only do they pay you an open line bonus and they pay you customer acquisition bonuses, but they send you this beautiful email, Lee and Jewel. And the email says, Dear Lee and
Jewel.
Congratulations, you're a brand new
Senior Vice President.
Senior Vice President. And now you get to participate in what we call a benefit package. Is that all right? benefit number 1, at the next international convention, we're going to have you sign off on 5,000 what?
Stock options.
Yeah.
5,000 stock options. Now, I don't know a whole lot about stock, except it's better to have it than to
Not
and it's
having.
better if somebody gave it to you than you had to buy it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I do know this, that when the initial public offering happens, because it's an option, I have an option to keep it in or to what? Cash out. Say cash out.
Cash out.
I don't know. What if we cash out when it was worth $100 a share? Isn't that $500,000? Now, this young man so eloquently told you that we've been in the Inc. magazine for 8 years in a row. We even got the gold sticker that says we're on the honor roll. Right? Ain't that what we want to know?
Yes, right.
That gold sticker, right? So, if Google's only ever in there once, Microsoft was only ever in there once, and Google stock today sits at $1,000 per, and they gave them to you? All because you bought them a strong book of business of people who are doing what? Paying their what? Bills every single what? Then they're going to say, listen, Lee and Jewel. I'm sorry. Jewel, go pick out the BMW.
All right.
Of your choice. It just has to be what color? Silver. Right? So she saw this cute little one. What is that? The new BMW X5, M5. What was that thing?
I got new series.
It's a 6 Series, little hatchback looking thing. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
I seen it. I seen it. I know
You
what you're
seen
talking
that
about.
one, right?
Take it. I seen it.
What is it called?
No, it's not M6, it's what?
The X6 or something like that?
X6, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it okay that she picked that up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
What
that's
if
nice.
in a year she decides that she wants something cute for just her and her purse? And she drops down to the Z series. Can she go trade it in? Right?
Did it get that?
Right? I can say y'all. Ain't enough what? Space up in here. She can go trade it in. Does anybody want to know, though, how easy it is to get $5,000 to make that deposit?
Yes.
See, because they're going to pay up to $800 per month for you to drive the BMW. Whose choice? Yours. So you just negotiate the legal contract, make sure he signs off on it, but it's your contract. So you know, negotiate the contract, yes?
Yeah.
Take a picture of it with your what? Phone. Have them fax over proof of what we call what? Insurance. Take a picture of it with your what?
Phone.
They're going to put plates on your car, so you need a copy of the registration. Take a picture of it with your what? Phone. Go out to the car. Well, the plate is on the back of the car, and Victor, they just want you to take a picture of it with your what? Phone. On your smartphone that can do smart things, composing emails and files. Is that all right?
Very smart.
Attach all 4 pictures. Send it up to corporate. Guys, you know 2 hours later, I got an email that says, please initiate the first payment into her account effective this Friday. 2 days later. Payment ain't due for how many days? 45. But 2 days later, they deposited the first car payment. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Is that exciting?
Very.
Override bonus. Every time somebody gets a home phone, a cell phone, or a business phone, you get an override what? Bonus. It's $3 per, which is not a lot if it's just 3 people. But when you like Donte with 200 people, it's a lot.
Yeah.
If you got almost 1,000 people, it's better.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, good one.
Then an annual vacation, right? So let's talk about this vacation. This is where Lee gets to be a hero every single May. Everyone. He gets to take her on a new honeymoon every what? Year, for the rest of her what?
Life.
What?
That's
right.
We may not see him for Tuesday and Wednesday, might see him, they might service Thursday, Friday, and what, Saturday. Is that all right? So every single year for the rest of their lives, Starlink is going to send them to a 5-star resort where the room is almost this size, with a king-size bed. There's only 2 people in the room, and that's Lee and who? Jewel. Is that all right?
Yes.
There's no sleeping with your purse because you don't know the other girls in the room. Ain't none of that. Right? This is where Lee gets to say, baby, do you want breakfast and what? Bed. And she can say yes, and now we can order this thing called room what?
Service.
Yeah. Send them downstairs to the bar. Is that all right?
That's right.
Right? Because it's all expenses paid on who? Right? Is that all right? So no matter what they order, surf and turf, and I won't do it, but if they order surf and turf, it's all right. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Everything that they eat and drink, she might want to order, like, y'all ever seen the tall glass that they put the 3 scoops of ice cream in? Huh, we won't be on the Hi5 like that week. They just sprinkle some coconuts in in there, some macadamia nuts, some little walnuts, some peanuts, some chocolate syrup, some caramel syrup, a little 7-Up. Somebody got the bitches. You got it. I want it. With a long spoon. It's always been the same old food.
5
legs. Is that all right? Yeah. Every single year, because your customers every month pay their
bills,
whether you're in town or
not,
whether they like it or
not.
Is that all right? Yeah. Bills that they were going to pay anyway. Are we good with that? Yes, we are. But then it gets what?
Good.
Because as soon as they help 2 people get their BMW, 5 says, listen, we're going to give you another benefits what? Package. I'm not going to say give. You earned that. Yes or yes?
Yeah.
We're going to award you with it. Now, the first thing we're going to do is let you go pick out the what of your choice.
Bentley.
L-L-E-Y. It just has to be what? Silver. How much are they going to pay every single month, family?
$4,000.
Every single month, because you got an even bigger book of customers that you don't know, paying bills that you don't know about. Is that all right?
Yeah.
But they pay them every single month. So finally, it's your Bentley payment and your BMW payment. Is that all right? So in other words, you didn't lose nothing here. You just added to it what? Here. They're going to give you 5,000 more stock options just for yes. Who's counting? How many we got?
10,000.
Now, I don't know a whole lot. I just know it's better to have it than
not.
And if somebody gave it to me, then I had to buy it. They're going to give you guys a 65-count diamond ring, a girl a 100-count diamond pendant. Then they got this thing. You might remember profit sharing at jobs where they used to actually give you a little something, something. But probably gives you a little what? Something, something. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Now, my mentor last year was only a platinum investor talk for 7 months because it's based on 12 months, right? So you get your cut based on how long you were platinum. He's only a platinum for how long?
7 months.
So he got the short end of the what?
Stick.
But is it okay that the short end was 66,000? It's not okay with a short end.
Yeah.
I don't think he turned it down.
He did not turn it down.
No, he turned it down.
He turned it down, right? Now this year he's a platinum for 12 out of 12 months, right? This year the platinum pool that closed out last year at 1.7 is already sitting at 1 million, right? At 1 million right now. They're estimating that it will go at 3 million this year, and 25 people will split $3 million. That's ridiculous. Can you say cha-ching?
Cha-ching.
So his bonus check this year, we saw some last year read 110,000.
Yes.
Well, this past January, this coming January, his bonus check will read 6 figures. And this is every single January to start his year off for the rest of his what? Life. Because even more and more customers are paying their bills. And 5 puts representatives first. Because they ain't got to do all that. It ain't got to be 60 cents per dollar. It could be like other companies, 30 cents per dollar, yes?
Yes.
So they keep putting more and more back into us. Then, guys, here's the thing. Look at your neighbor and say this what?
Good.
They added another position. Just because you continue to help people. Now, mind you, you may not be actively helping people, but your team is still doing what? It's growing with or without you. Now, here's the beautiful thing. As soon as you hit the position, what are they going to deposit to your account, Sonali? $300,000. As a thank you, earn position what? Bonus. Now, mind you, family, most of the people who are ready to hit this position right now, Tupac, DeRenicourt, Lisa, Nicole Cloud, Tashina Anderson, Steve Carter, have been in the business 5, 6, and 7 years. So they'll hit it in their 7th, 8th, and 9th year. Is that all right?
Nope.
But with the introduction of Hi5, do you know we will hit these positions faster? We're talking 4, 5, and 6 years. Unless you're Thomas Felder. So now, here's the other thing. What's this bottom word, family?
Allowance.
What is the word?
Allowance.
Let the webinar folks hear you. What is it?
Allowance.
What do we get as children?
Allowance.
So does this mean this is not your income?
Yes.
This is just an
Allowance.
Choose. Every single what?
Month.
Because customers are paying bills. But guys, the crazy thing is what it only costs $249 to get started. We can get your business qualified, which you gotta be when you get in, at 6 points or up to 20 customer points, depending on what you want as far as services, and we're gonna break that down for you. But do you understand that when you get 20 points, Jewel, and those 2 people that just released $1,000 to you, did you get your money back?
Yes.
Yes. No, now I respectfully will not talk about this position a lot because when the yeses stop, what happened to my money? And that thank you bonus we were talking about goes away. Now, when somebody's talking to you about earning money, do you want some of it or all of it?
All of it.
So $249 plus a minimum $100 to get you qualified, all the way up to $200 or $300 to get you to 20 customer points. Remember, the Hi5 challenge is how many?
10.
Is that all right?
Yes.
It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. But then, family, the most important thing is we're going to help you get your money right back. This is just one of the 12 ways we get paid. Just a quick start bonus. All you got to do is make a list of people so we can get 2 people on your team. Save yourself some money on your own bill so we can get 20 points, and you're going to get 500 plus 500, which is what? 1,000 in your first 30 days. Is that all right?
Yes.
Guys, what's so beautiful is this. You're in business for yourself, but not what?
By yourself.
Guys, you don't have to do this by yourself. If you were trying to do it alone, it would literally be almost impossible. You have to have a team of people working with you. Is that all right? Yes. But the beautiful thing is we want to, because the most important people on the team is the newest person on the what? Team. Because we understand is when we help you, we help ourselves. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So guys, understand you're going to get your own personal website. See, this is how 5Links, some people say, well, how do my customers get the services? How do 5Links know these are my partners? Because they had to go through your own personal what?
Website.
Guys, when I had my dealership, you know I paid auto traders $3,300 a month? Wow. Just to host my cars? $3,300 per month. Which I would, negotiate at 45 days. But I'm just saying, $3,300 a month. Your website at 5Links is only $49, and you will earn more here than I ever earned there with a whole lot less stress. Is that all right?
Yes.
Right? So then, guys, you got business reporting. So when your accountant needs to know what you did, or you got, somebody who needs to say, well, hey, I need to see what your income to date is, it's okay. You can go in your back office, and it's already there. No more QuickBooks for you. Thank God. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So here's the thing, man. Look, it's a very simple process to get started. It's just an application. We don't care where you've been. We don't care where you've come from. We don't care. We just care where you want to what? Go. And that's what I love about this company. It's just your name, your date of birth, your social, because 5Links is going to pay you, and they're going to report your mess to who? Uncle? Sam. So you can write stuff off of your what? Taxes. Do you understand that they're using their home today, that a portion of this is tax deductible? Any of the foods that they bought are tax deductible? You guys understand how beautiful that is? Do you understand that the tax laws, if you got in 5Links for nothing else, as Donte says, but for the tax deduction of running a home-based what? Business you can't lose. You're going to get more than what you invest on your taxes at the end of the year. Not including if you were to do something like drive a mile and they pay you 50 cents per. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah.
So we just need your basic information. And guys, we travel up and down the coast. I mean, we go from New York to South Carolina to Florida to Georgia sharing this information. Always, people are looking at it from different perspectives. You got that person who says, listen, can I get signed up, and how long does it take for my website to launch? And to you, I say, Jules can get you in the system in a minute and a half. And 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Right? Swiftly fingers. I said, they in on you. They got 10 points left. But we can get you in the system and your website launched right then. Is that all right?
Yes.
Right. The beautiful thing is it goes active immediately. You're in business as soon as she hits submit, and the system sends back your coupon code, or what we call your RIN number or rep ID number. Right? There's that person. The other person who says, well, listen, I don't get it. I don't quite understand it. There are 2 things you need to understand. Is that you're already paying the bills, what? Anyway, so you're in 5Links. You're just on the accounts payable side and not accounts receivable. That's all. But if you understand that you're going to pay the bill anyway, and now there's the ability to get paid every time you pay the bill, which is every single month. But not just you, but your mom and your cousin. And not just your mom and your cousin, but your friends' moms and their what? Cousins. If you understand that, get in. We're going to teach you everything what? Else. It's kind of like when I started the shipyard and I kept calling this a wall and not a floor and that's a ceiling, and they're like, this is a deck. This is a deck. Yeah. See, I still don't know, but every single Thursday.
It's all right.
Every single Thursday I got a what? Yeah. So you ain't got to understand. This is in the business training, like it was on the job training for me. Is that all right?
That's right.
Right? Some people look at it and say, I don't know, it makes sense, but I don't know if it's for me because I don't know if I have the time. Anybody ever heard, we feel like we're already busy, like we feel like we're busier today than we used to be?
Yeah.
That's because the dollar is what? Shrinking.
Yes, it is.
And while we're putting in the same 40 hours, what we're bringing home doesn't seem to do the same thing, right? Because bread is no longer the same price, but if your income grows exponentially versus when somebody says you can get 3%, can you free up some of your time? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Sometimes we've got people working 2 jobs. How many people do we need for 2 jobs?
2.
2, right? So that's why, we show you how to leverage your time. You're going to make more what? Money. Because it's not just all about Victor. It's Victor sponsoring Donte, Donte sponsors Jules, Jules sponsors Lee, Lee sponsors Keisha. If all 6 of them are putting time into Victor's business, does he have time?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to teach you how to maximize your time. Some people look at it, and Lee will tell you, some people look at it and say, well, listen, I just don't believe it, right? Now, Donte has told you that Wall Street Journal believes it, that all the publications that protect the consumer have done the research long before we saw you guys today, and they have already endorsed the company. So it's really not a matter of whether you believe it is real or that it exists. It's whether or not you believe it works for what? You. And I don't want you to be me, because I was saying to myself, it's too good to be what? True. But how is that? If it's not too good to be true for him, and he's a red-blooded mammal like myself, and we serve both a God that said he's no respecter of what? Persons, then why is it too good to be true for Janice, except maybe I'm blocking my own what? Blessings. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So to you, we say, get in anyway. To that person who says, I don't think I have the time, we say, get in anyway. The person says, well, listen, I like it, but I don't know if I can come up with the what? Money to get in. I'm going to tell you, find it, and get in what? Anyway. Because for whatever bill you're holding out, not getting in filings with, imagine if you got in, put them off for 15 days, we triggered your bonus in the first 2 to 3 days, and you got, 3 times what you invested. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So sometimes we kind of just got to jump off that cliff and build our wings what?
On the way down.
The fact is that it works, family. The fact is it's the best business out there. I've done a lot of different things in my life, right? I've done a lot of different businesses in my life. This, hands down, is the best out there. Our team, hands down, is the what, family? Best out there. You're going to be more than taken care of on our team. Matter of fact, you be like, okay, y'all take care of it a little bit too much. Is that all right? But you will never say you did not get the attention you need in this company with our team. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So guys, listen, I implore you, whether you think it's not for you or you think it's for you, at the end of the day, we're going to put an application in your hand. Just get in. Everything else, we're going to fix along the way. Even the guy who says he doesn't believe it. Because when that first deposit hits, he will become a what?
A believer.
Quick, fast, and then
hurry.
So guys, it has been my absolute pleasure to speak with you today. Does anybody have any questions? Because today is a great forum to ask questions. But the webinar portion is officially over with the exception of 2 things. Let me just cover something really, really quickly. Those 2 things are, we only do 2 things, family. We can show people how to save money and how to what?
Make money.
It's just that simple. Either you want to be a customer or a business
Partner.
Either way, if you're a partner, we're going to help get you qualified with either a Global Links product, a Business Elite product, so that's either home phone, cell phone, office phone, or our Business Elite product, or with 8 points. But with our team, we bring you in at 10 up to what? 20. Does that make sense? Guys, you've already got the services in your house. You're already doing it. You're already taking a vitamin, most of us. You're already using electricity, so these things are all in your house. And they have a point value between 1 and 10. Is that all right?
Yes.
Because all we want you to do in your first 30 days is to get the first 10 points, right? And then get your first what? 2 people. That earns you the first 500. But on our team, we want you to maximize the comp plan, so we want you to get your other 20 points, other 10 points, which is a total of 20, so that you get the additional 500. But then, we're going to help your 2 people, who are the newest people on the team, get their 2 people, so that you earn an additional what? 1,000. Now, we've had people on my team take this in 14 days. So I had, Aaron Richards, he put off paying his insurance and 1 other bill to get it 5 months. Within his first 45 days, they earned 4,000. So was it worth putting aside the $400 worth of bills to earn 4,000?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because he had way more by building his business. Now he's sitting on hitting the position of senior vice president as well. Does that make sense? So guys, it's very simple. You're going to make a list of potential customers and a list of potential what? Partners. That's it. Right? Either they are or they're not. Is it okay?
Yeah.
But understand something, in this deal, your network is your net worth. The more people you put on your what? Your list, the more people we have an opportunity to speak to on your behalf, the more money you're going to actually what? Make. Fair enough?
Yep.
And then get with us immediately, your upline ET or ED, any of your executives or directors immediately, so that we can help get your business launched. Fair enough?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So I am Senior Vice President Janice Parker. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
All right, thank you.